Hey, what's going on, Cancers? Butch here. I'm going to do your read for the remainder of July. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Cancers? For July 2023. What's going on for Cancers, Universe? What message do we have for Cancers? What do we have for Cancers? All right, Cancer. So the first thing I see is I feel like there is someone, there's this energy around you, and I feel like it is someone from your past. I feel like this is someone you had a connection with, a very strong connection with, and I feel like it went cold. I feel like this person pushed you away. I feel like I said, I feel like this connection, I feel like there was a lot of things left unsaid. A lot of things. But one thing with this person is I feel like this person has never let you go. In the physical sense, they may have walked away, but I feel like mentally they'd never let you go. They've never really walked away from this. They think about you and only you. I feel like this person, in the past, I feel like this person was at self-imposed prison. They never let anybody get too close. They felt like they were stronger alone. They felt like they never needed anyone. And there's a very toxic energy in the fact that this person in the past had felt like it was better to be alone. It's better to keep your distance from people. They never wanted to admit that they needed someone. A lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It was almost like it was a weakness for them to admit they needed you. A lot of things they wanted to say they didn't say. With this person, I feel like they looked at love and all the negatives of it all. They were overthinking it. They were looking at the worst possible outcomes. They were looking at, the worst possible scenarios. But I feel like with all that, the present energy, they're feeling defeated. I feel like they miss you. Like I said, they're only thinking about you. They never walked away from this connection. No matter how much you may have felt this person let you go, they haven't. One of their biggest regrets in life, there's a big one in life. One of their biggest regrets is letting you go. They thought they were winning, but they lost everything. They thought they were making the right choice. They were wrong. And their biggest regret is that. You know, I feel like sometimes we got to step away to see the whole picture. And I feel like when they stepped away, now they see the whole picture. They see that they were exactly where they were meant to be. And they squandered it. You know, I feel like they thought they didn't need anyone. It's almost like they try to prove something to themselves, but not only do they want you, they do need you. And they don't just miss the physical and the emotional. They miss their friend. You are their best friend. And they miss you. And all they can do is think about you. Even though that's not what they... Initially, I don't feel like that's what they wanted to do. It's almost like they try to prove to themselves that they didn't need anybody. It's like those people that try to go cold turkey. Mind over matter is what people think. But like I said, I feel like they weren't expecting to meet you when they did. And I feel like their pride got in the way a little bit. Feeling like they can walk away at any time. They don't want to have any connections. But that's all they think about is you. You know, they're fantasizing about you. They're dreaming about you. You know, every part of them. Without you, they just feel lonely. And I'm getting this so... Like, even in a crowd of people, they feel alone. And they know why. Because they don't have you. Now, I don't feel like you let this person go either. And I feel like it may be a shock to hear that this person still thinks about you. It may be a shock to hear that this person still wants you. Because I feel like they gave a completely different message before. But they've never been as happy as they were when they were with you. You know, that emotional fulfillment, you gave them something that no one else gave them. And they can't forget that. Now, I feel like there was a lot of immaturity in this person in the past, and I feel like they've grown. You know, I do see this person making a lot of big changes, and I feel like one of the big changes, I feel like they grew up. You know, we all have that mentality that, you know, we all have different mentalities in life, and one of the mentalities that some people have is that they can't lose anything if they don't have anything. You know, and that they don't need anything. They can do everything. They're self-sufficient. They can do everything on their own. But I feel like it always comes down to that meeting that one person that changes that whole perspective. And I feel like you changed their perspective. I feel like it took them time to figure it out. They weren't trusting their intuition. They were overthinking the shit out of this. You know, they never... Sometimes something so real comes into our life, no matter how real it is. Sometimes it takes more than one opportunity. Sometimes it takes more than one try. And that's what we have here. I don't feel like you were going to get it right the first try with this person. You know, I feel like they weren't in the right place. They made a lot of wrong calls. Not to say that I do feel like this is your person. I feel like there's definitely a soulmate connection here. I definitely feel there's a bond that you share with this person that you never shared with anybody else. And I feel like that can be confusing when this person goes cold on you. You know, it's like if they wanted me, why wouldn't they still be here? But we got to remember that everybody has a different idea. You know, everybody has different thoughts. Sometimes we meet someone and we want to, you know, we meet people in our life that we know right away that they're going to mean something to us for a long time, that they're important to us. And some people embrace that right away. They invite you in. And some people, they run for the hills because they're not ready to hear it. We've all been in that place in our life where we weren't ready to hear something. Somebody gave us advice and we didn't want to hear it. We weren't ready to hear it. But then later on in life, it echoes through our brain and it makes sense. And we wish we would have heard it earlier. You know, all the advice that your parents or your elders gave you, or friends, they gave you advice and we didn't want to hear it, so we didn't. We rejected it because it was too much work. You know, and then we look back when we get older and we realize what an idiot we were. But like I said, this person, I mean, they're feeling defeated. That anxiety has only increased without you. They know what's missing in their life. They know it's you. And that's why I feel like this person is coming back. And they're coming back to stay. You know, this person, I feel like you're finally on the same page with this person. I feel like this person will show up and put in the work for you. You know, and I feel like they're not going to stop till they get you back. They're not going to stop till they have that opportunity back, because it's like I said, it's their biggest regret. They want their family back. And they see you as that. They see you as family. You know, and when they come back, I feel like all those things you weren't getting before, all those things that you thought they might not even be capable of giving you or wanted to give you, you're going to get all those things and more. You know, I see you getting everything you wanted. I see a lot of forward movement. You know, I feel like emotionally this person wasn't very mature before, because from what I'm seeing, they didn't make a very emotionally mature decision. They made a very childish decision. You know, it's like that kid that runs away from home when you're little. You don't get what you want, so you run away. But then you come back because you know you need them. Like I said, the more they felt like they needed you in the past, the more they felt like they wanted you, was almost like, you know, it was almost like I said, going cold turkey. Like, some people think they could just stop whenever they want. It's like mind over matter. They felt like they didn't want to rely on anyone. And what they found with that is they found loneliness. Even in a crowded room, they're lonely because you're the one they want to be with. You're the one they still want to be with. You've always been the one. They just didn't see it. Or they didn't want to see it. I feel like this is the right person. Like I said, I definitely feel a very strong soulmate connection with you and this person. It was the right person. I just feel like it was the wrong time. It's hard to see what's right in front of us sometimes. Sometimes we need to take that step back. You know, it's like if you think about a painting on a wall and you step up an inch off the wall, you're not going to see the whole painting. You're going to see what's right in front of you. And sometimes it doesn't make any sense to you because you don't have that bigger vision of it all. And sometimes we need to step back so we can see the whole thing. You know, it's like having a puzzle. You pick up one piece, you're not going to see the picture until you put it all together. And like I said, they don't only need you, they want you. And that hasn't changed. And like I said, I feel like it will surprise you to see this person come back. Even though I feel like you never let go of them. To know that they never let go of you. Sometimes we're the biggest thing that gets in our own way. Now with this person, we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and some Scorpio as well. You know, that was one of the advice that I got as a kid, is don't get in your own way. Didn't make sense to me. I had to mature. I had to grow. And it's not like I'm trying to say that kids should understand everything that's being told to them. But I wish I could go back to my younger self and say, soak up all the information you can. You know, and I wish I could understand the complexity of what people say to me when I was a kid. They always say, don't screw up. Get an education. Not that I didn't get an education, I did, but, you know, it's all this stuff that you think, okay, you're old, you don't know anything. That's why they know stuff, because they're old. That's why you should, you know, people always say, listen to your elders. A lot of times I didn't. And I know now why I should have. Because they lived it. You know, they're trying to stop you from making the same mistakes they did. But sometimes we're destined to relive the same mistakes. Sometimes that's the only way we learn. But like I said with this person, I feel like it will surprise you to know that this person not only still thinks about you, but they still love you. They still want you. And I feel like you may never really know everything. They may never give you all the answers. But I feel like there is some clarity coming from this. There is some confirmation coming from this. And I feel like moving forward, I feel like not only are you not going to lose this person again, I feel like you won't be able to lose this person again. You know, it's like the grass is green on the other side metaphor. You know, sometimes we have to go see. You know, sometimes we don't want to depend on someone else, but sometimes we need to. Sometimes the only thing we need is to depend on someone else. And not to depend on them for everything. I mean, like, you know, sometimes we feel like we can run this world by ourselves. We can do everything by ourselves. We don't need anybody. But then one day we wake up and realize it's not productive. You know, we wake up, we realize we're lonely, and sometimes it's too late. I don't feel like this is too late. You know, and I feel like if you truly, you know, you truly wake up one day and you realize that it's too late. Even then, sometimes I don't think it's too late. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of doing things that you didn't want to do. But sometimes in a relationship, in a real relationship, you got to put in the work. Work for what you want. In my opinion, I don't think it's ever too late. Especially when it comes to love. It's not going to be easy sometimes. Sometimes it's a long-ass road. There's a lot of work. But if you want it bad enough, I think you can get it. But you gotta have to want it. And you can't have this mentality of, you know, you're better off alone. Because no one's better off alone. I haven't met a person in my life that was better off alone. Now, that doesn't always necessarily mean a romantic relationship. Sometimes you just need friends, family, people that you can count on, people that are there for you, people that, you know, are there for the good, the bad, the ugly. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.